7 tiny habits. That's the difference between the player coaches can't stop watching and the player who disappears the moment it matters the most. I've seen this with over 600 players I work with. Not the most talented ones, not the fastest one, but the ones with the specific habits show up differently every single game. Today, I'm going to walk you through all 7. And I want you to stay until habit number 5, because in my experience, that's the one that changes everything the fastest. It's the single biggest difference between the kid who competes freely and the kid who freezes. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Valentino Di Lorenzo and I run a mental performance coaching program for competitive youth soccer players. And we already helped transform over 600 kids from playing scared to playing fearless. So let's get right into it. Habit number 1, win the first action of the game. The first action of the game sets the emotional direction for everything that follows. The brain treats early experience as evidence. So if your child's first touch is a mistake, their brain goes straight into protection mode. But if the first action is a win, a strong touch, a good press, a confident header, the brain settles down. It says, okay, we're safe here. Let's compete now. That settled brain is what allows fearless players for the rest of the game. A first action win doesn't have to be a goal or a flashy skill move. It can be winning a header or making a simple pass, pressing hard and winning the ball back. Anything that gives the brain early proof that today is going to be a good day. So before every game, give your child one specific first action to focus on. Not play well today or believe in yourself. Something specific like your first job today is to win action, your first header or your first control. The first chance you get, press hard and win the ball back. That specific instruction gives the brain a clear target, and when they hit it, even something small, everything else loosen up. Habit number 2, reset body language within 3 seconds of a mistake. Coaches at every level, high school, academy, college, professional, aren't just watching what your child does with the ball. They're watching what your child does after they lose it. 2 players make the exact same mistake. One drops their head, rounds their shoulder, jogs back slowly. The other takes a breath, lifts their head, sprints to press immediately. Same mistake. Completely different message sent to everyone watching. Body language after a mistake is a signal. To the coach, it says whether this player has the mental resilience. To the teammates, it says whether they can trust this player in a big moment. Strong body language sends the right signals to everyone around them, including their own brain. So the body leads the mind just as much as the mind leads the body. You want your child to train this at home and in practice, not just in games. After a mistake in training, your child should do 3 things right away. 1, take a deep breath, right, to cool down and relax. Number 2, lift their head and then take one aggressive step towards the next play. 3 seconds, that's the window of forgetting and moving on from the mistake. Practice it until it becomes automatic, so in games it fires even without thinking about it. Habit number 3, demand the ball immediately after making a mistake. This one is the rarest and the most powerful habit in youth soccer. Most parents, after a mistake, they stop calling for the ball, they drift into a safe position where they are unlikely to touch it again, and their brain is trying to protect them from the risk of another public mistake. But here's the thing, the player who hides actually gets more anxious, not less. Avoidance reinforces fear, so the players who demands the ball right after a mistake is training the brain that mistakes are survivable. Elite players do this without thinking. Watch Mbappe, watch Messi, after they lose the ball or miss a chance, they're immediately calling for it back. Not because they're arrogant, because they've trained the habits of re-engaging faster than the fear can take hold. So you want your child to make this a specific rule for your child. After every mistake, the next thing that they can do is call for the ball. Even if they don't receive it, the act of calling interrupts the shame spiral and sends a message to their own brain that everyone watching that they're still in the game. Real quick, if you want us to install all the 7 habits directly into your child's game through our mindset coaching program, we already transformed over 650 players. Linked in the description below and to see if you qualify. So let's keep going with habit number 4. Talk on the field when the game gets hard. Most players go quiet when the game gets difficult. The score is against them, the pressure is high, and they shrink, not just physically, verbally too. They stop communicating, and elite players do the opposite. When things get hard, they get louder, they organize, they encourage themselves and their teammates. It isn't just about leadership, it's actually a performance tool. So talking out loud during competition activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for clear thinking and good decisions. Talking literally helps your child think better under pressure. And it doesn't mean that your child needs to be the loudest personality on the team. It means that when the game gets tight in the final minutes, when they're losing, when a teammate just made a mistake, your child makes one verbal contribution, one encouraging word, one organizational call, that's all. Practice this in training. Gives this your child one specific phrase they use when the game gets hard. So something like, very simple, next play, or we got this, directed at a teammate. One phrase practice until it's automatic. Speaking under pressure is also trainable, just like any other skill. Habit number 5, positive self-talk out loud after mistakes. Remember I told you to stay until habit number 5? Here's why. Your child has a voice in their head during every single game. That voice is either helping them compete freely or destroying their confidence in real time. After a mistake, most players' internal voice says something like, I always mess up. The coach is going to sub me. Everyone saw that. That voice repeated after every game becomes the program the brain runs automatically under pressure. It becomes identity. And here's the key thing. You can't silence that voice with willpower, but you can replace it. And repetition is exactly how you retrain it. Positive self-talk after a mistake, it's a specific trained response that interrupts the negative loop and replaces it with an aggressive one. Something like next play, or I got this, or shake it off, let's go. Short, specific, say it out loud or under the breath, not just thought. Work with your child to pick one phrase that becomes their reset phrase. Over time, the brain starts firing that phrase automatically after mistakes in games before the negative voice can even take hold. This is the foundation of mental loop we teach in our program, and it's the habit our players tell us make the biggest difference the fastest. Number 6, strong body language regardless of the scoreline. When the team is losing by 2 goals in the final 10 minutes, most players' body language collapses. Heads down, shoulders round, slow jogs, eyes on the ground. That body language doesn't just signal defeat to everyone watching, it actually creates defeat inside the player's own brain. Research shows posture directly affects hormone levels. Slouch posture increases cortisol, the stress hormone, and decreases testosterone, performance hormone. So your child posture is really changing their brain chemistry during games. Strong body language when losing is one of the rarest things you'll see in youth soccer. A player who keeps their head out, walks with energy, and stays intense when the team is down by 2 is the player every coach wants to build a team around. It's not about pretending to feel good. It's about choosing behavior regardless of feeling. Create a physical anchor your child uses when they feel their body language starting to drop. A specific posture reset, shoulders back, chin up, one deep breath, something physical they can do in the middle of a game without anyone ever noticing. Practice it at home so it becomes automatic under pressure. Habit number 7, last but not least, a consistent pre-game mental routine. Every elite athlete has a pre-game routine, and not just a physical warm-up, a mental one. The reason is simple. The brain performs best when it knows what's coming. A consistent pre-game routine tells the nervous system, this is familiar, this is safe, I've done this before, I know how to perform here. It reduces the uncertainty that triggers anxiety, and it gives your child a sense of control over something, their preparation, when everything else about game day feels out of their control. A pre-game mental routine doesn't need to be complicated. It can be as simple as listen to a specific playlist on the way to the game, doing a 60-second visualization of winning their first action, saying their reset phrases 3 times before kickoff, or even taking deep breaths in the tunnel. Simple, consistent, and repeatable. Build this routine with your child this week. Ask them what would make them feel most ready mentally before a game. Let them own it, write it down, do it the same way before every single game until it's automatic and lacing up their boots. Now, here's what I didn't tell you. Knowing these habits and actually having them wired into your child's automatic behavior under pressure are 2 completely different things. Your child can watch this video and understand every single one of these, but understanding it isn't the same as the habit firing automatically in the 89 minutes of the tie game when everyone is watching. That's exactly what we do in our program. So we don't just teach these habits, we install them through weekly one-on-one coaching calls and daily accountability until they become second nature. And we already done it with over 650 players that were all elite players with talent, but they were missing the mental component, the habits to compete at a high level. If you want to see if your child qualifies, I have a link here in the description. Book a call with our team, and we don't work with everyone, so only with players who are committed and ready to change this now. I'll see you in the next video.